A big win for former President Donald Trump after coming out strong in Iowa. His message now. And fans of Randy's Donuts, listen up. The new menu items that employees say have customers surprised. You are watching The Rundown. I'm Lynette Romero in today for Robin Winston. Donald Trump has won the Iowa caucuses, solidifying his status as the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination. And now the field of candidates is shrinking, heading into next week's New Hampshire primary. NBC's Alice Barr has more on Trump's victory and what's ahead.
The first win of the 2024 presidential race is on the board, and it's a big one. Former President Trump projected to carry Iowa with more than 50% of the vote.
We want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you. We love you all.
The former president clearly looking ahead to the general election, offering his Republican rivals rare compliments and promising unity.
Whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative, it would be so nice if we could come together.
While at the same time slamming President Biden.
He is the worst president that we've had in the history of our country.
No clear Trump alternative emerges from Iowa. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis outperformed the latest polls to pull out a distant second-place finish after betting big on Iowa, pouring in time and money here.
We've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
Former UN ambassador and South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley finished closely behind DeSantis, and she'll have the advantage heading into New Hampshire, where she's built up strong support.
Our campaign is the last best hope of stopping the Trump-Biden nightmare.
Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy dropping out of the race after finishing fourth and endorsing former President Trump. A narrowing road to the White House with election season officially underway.
And millions of Americans are under wind chill alerts as harsh winter weather continues to sweep across the nation. An Arctic chill is expected to bring record lows over the next few days, and that is causing problems at airports across the country. Now, the top 5 airports with the greatest number of cancellations Monday were mostly in Texas. Houston with 147 cancellations. Temperatures there were recorded at about 26 degrees with a wind chill of 14 degrees, followed by Dallas-Fort Worth. Coming in third, Denver, Chicago O'Hare, and Nashville. Now at LAX, dozens of flights are also canceled, largely due to those winter storms. Now, if you are flying or picking somebody up, be sure to check the flight status to make sure you're okay. And let's get a check of the forecast here in Southern California with meteorologist Stephanie Olmo. Hi, Steph.
Hello, everyone. As we continue, we are tracking an area of low pressure spinning out the Pacific that is set to bring some changes as we continue into Wednesday. We can expect increasing clouds generally across the area here, maybe some breaks in the clouds up in the high desert, but we'll be watching throughout the course of the day as we do have some greens popping up. So maybe some areas of light rain, maybe some spots of drizzle throughout the day. But for the most part, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures, we scale it back just a little bit. All right, we fast forward as we head into Thursday and Friday. We're looking at dry conditions, high pressure system in place, but we're tracking some changes as we head into the weekend. We have a couple of waves of precipitation moving toward our direction. This is going to bring some wet weather. Still, details need to be ironed out, but certainly looking at unsettled weather as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
Police are searching for the driver involved in a hit-and-run crash that left a grandfather in the ICU. Now, it was all caught on surveillance video. We've paused it before the moment of impact. This happened last Wednesday at the intersection of Santa Fe Avenue and East Dominguez in Carson. The car made a U-turn and hit the 72-year-old man. We spoke with his granddaughter.
It's very tragic. This is not something that you ever think is going to happen to you or your loved ones. So it's heartbreaking, and I think the family is still very much in shock.
The victim remains on a ventilator and is still not conscious. His family is hoping by releasing this surveillance video, someone will recognize the car that hit him. And we are learning new details about a hit and run that killed a homeless man in Pacoima last Friday. It appears the man was hit 3 times by 3 different drivers, and no one stopped to help him. Surveillance video from a nearby business captured the collisions. The first crash happened as the man was crossing the street. A light-colored pickup truck that was going the wrong way on San Fernando Road struck him first, and then a light-colored SUV ran him over, throwing him several feet. A few minutes later, the man was hit for the 3rd time, this time by a dark-colored SUV.
Nobody deserves this. Nobody. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. A dog down the street doesn't deserve this. Maybe 1, maybe 2, 3?
If you know anything, you're urged to contact the police. The victim is believed to be a man in his 20s or early 30s. And thieves have now targeted a 3rd cemetery in the Compton and Carson areas. Volunteers who run the Lincoln Memorial Park in Carson tell us last Thursday, thieves hopped a gate and stole World War II plaques and more than 100 bronze name plaques. Now, then they stole a copper spigot to a water pipe. Also last week, thieves stole dozens of plaques and nameplates from headstones from Woodlawn Cemetery just across the street.
It's just terrible. 1944, the purpose of fallen soldiers that were disrespected everywhere else, but still fought to make this world, especially the U.S., a better place for me being African American and everybody else who of diversity, who they were fighting for. And now it's gone.
Sheriff's officials say the thieves steal this material to sell to recycling centers for money. A small business in San Bernardino is trying to recover after a break-in over the weekend. On Sunday, 3 burglars smashed through the front door of Viva La Boba and stole merchandise along with tablets and baked goods. They did $2,000 worth of damage.
It was very disappointing and disheartening to see, first of all, the security footage and then come into the store and see how badly they had damaged everything. They used a brick to break through our front door. Even though we've installed shatter-resistant glass, they were very persistent and eventually made their way in.
The shop owners say they are thankful to the community who have stopped by to make a purchase, trying to show their support. And Eagle Rock is getting a big financial boost to fight retail crime. We've covered a number of business break-ins in Eagle Rock, including this one at a diner last April. The city will receive $100,000 from LA Council's district discretionary funds to cover police overtime costs for foot patrols to try to fight thefts. LAPD officers will focus their effort along Colorado and Eagle Rock boulevards. Shopping malls are becoming a thing of the past. Now, after more than 50 years, all of the shops at the Village at Orange are closing. Time is almost up for business owners and shoppers at the mall there. Joseph Zeeb's jewelry repair shop is tucked away in a corner. It's been at that same place, though, for the last 35 years. The last day at the mall will be this Friday. The owner has a new location in Orange, but he says he's still emotional about this closure.
Feels sad because you leave a place, I consider it like a second home to me.
Coming back in here is like nostalgic, and it's a sad type of nostalgic, though, seeing it not thrive how it used to thrive.
In a statement, the Village says the retail industry has evolved and regional malls like the Village of Orange are no longer viable. For now, the bigger stores outside of the mall are staying. It's just the interior stores that are closing, and their last day is January 31st. Another popular bakery in Southern California has also shut down. Milk Jar Cookies has permanently closed its Encino and Mid-Wilshire locations. Monday was the last day of the operation after more than a decade. Milk Jar Cookies said on social media that the lingering effects of COVID-19, last year's Hollywood strikes, as well as rising operating costs are the reasons behind this closure. This is the second popular LA bakery to cease operations in recent weeks. Sweet Lady Jane closed all 6 of its locations on December 31st. Tesla's new supercharger hub is now under construction in Hollywood. It will house a restaurant and a drive-in theater with 2 screens. Documents shared with the city say it will be open 24 hours a day. People who live in the area have mixed feelings, though, about this project.
It's pretty smart. I mean, everyone around here has electric cars, so I can't imagine that it wouldn't be a good idea. I feel like it'll be beneficial and just kind of encourage more people to switch to electric.
Like if you live right here in this apartment, I'm so sorry, but you're catching a lot of light. I hope you close your blinds because this is gonna cause a lot of traction right here, you know? And parking is already not the best in LA.
Tesla has yet to announce an opening date for the new supercharger hub. The Orange County Food Bank welcomed more than 700 volunteers to help pack food boxes for MLK Day. The Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is the only federal holiday designated as a National Day of Service. Monday's work will help families in Orange County struggling with food insecurity.
We need volunteers every day, but again, we thought, how appropriate is it to provide people an opportunity to take a day on as opposed to a day off?
So I try to help throughout the year, but on today especially, I feel like we have the day off. It's our duty, it's our obligation to spend this day helping other people.
We like that. Take a day on to do something good. Well, Monday marked the 25th year the Orange County Food Bank has come together on MLK Day to help those in need. The California Science Center is now entering its final phase of the project. This new video shows how engineers moved the Space Shuttle Endeavor's massive external fuel tank to an upright position. This operation took place over the weekend. The Endeavor will be the only launch-ready display of a former NASA space shuttle in the entire world. It's still a few years before the new Air and Space Center will be open to the public. Jim Harbaugh as head coach of the Chargers could soon be a possibility. He interviewed with the team on Monday. Harbaugh led Michigan to the national championship last week, and reports say he wants $12 million a season and total control of the offense. We'll see what owner Dean Spanos decides, but Harbaugh does have experience with the Chargers. You might not know it, but he did play the final 2 years of his pro career in San Diego. A crypt near the final resting place of Hugh Hefner in Marilyn Monroe will be up for auction in March. The bidder, who wants to be buried alongside the iconic celebrities at Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary, can make an offer during a 3-day event put on by Julian's Auctions. The winning bid is expected to land between $200,000 and $400,000. That auction takes place from March 28th to March 30th. Inglewood's famous Randy's Donuts has a new menu item for the new year. A few of them, actually. The bakery chain has been serving coffee since 1952, but this year it's expanding to add a new selection of lemonade, milkshakes, and boba.
You know, we've been around for a long time, so having beverages is one of the newest things here. So a lot of our diehard fans come here and like, oh, wow, beverages. We didn't know you did this. So they're really surprised, and they're very eager to try everything.
The new options launched last week and are now available at all Randy's Donuts locations. You need something to drink with all those donuts, right? All right, you can get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. Be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 until 7. We'll be bringing you all the day's headlines. Thanks for watching The Rundown.